Hey everybody, Pankaj here. Listen, we all love the internet, right? Cat videos, memes, doom-scrolling Wikipedia, at 3 a.m. it's the best. But there's a dark side too, and I'm not just talking about that weird corner of YouTube you found. I'm talking about cyber threats. These days, our digital lives are intertwined with our real lives, and protecting your data is more important than ever. So buckle up, because in this video, we're gonna dive deep into some essential cybersecurity tips to keep you safe online. Think of it like building a super awesome PC, but instead of hardware, we're talking about your digital safety. Let's do this. First up, let's talk about your computer. I get it. Using a standard user account for your daily tasks sounds about as thrilling as watching grass grow. But trust me, it's a game changer for your security. Think of it as putting a toddler lock on your system. Even if something nasty sneaks in, it won't have the keys to mess up your files or change critical settings. Sure, it's one extra step when you need admin access, but hey, a little inconvenience now beats a full-blown disaster later. And speaking of havoc, set a BIOS password. It's like locking the front door to your computer. A simple step with a big impact. Keep your operating system and all your software updated. Think of updates like security patches for your digital fortress. And of course, you need a good antivirus. It's your first line of defense against those pesky malware gremlins. Now, when you step away from your computer, even for a minute, lock it. It's like Security 101, people. And at the end of the day, shut it down. Don't just leave it in sleep mode, begging for trouble. Lastly, let's not forget about printers. They're often overlooked, but they can be vulnerable too. Set those passcodes, disable unnecessary features like internet access, and you're golden. Okay, let's talk passwords. Using password 123 is like leaving your front door wide open with a neon sign that says, "Come on in, hackers. We need to up our game. Use complex passwords, people. Mix those uppercase and lowercase letters, throw in some numbers and special characters for good measure. And don't even think about using the same password for multiple accounts. That's like using the same key for your house, your car, and your secret stash of candy bars. A recipe for disaster. Change your passwords every 30 days. And for the love of all that is digital, enable multi-factor authentication wherever you can. It's like having a bodyguard for your accounts. And please, for the sake of everything you hold dear, don't write your passwords down on sticky notes. Get yourself a password manager, or just memorize them like a boss. The internet is an amazing place, but it's also crawling with digital nasties. Private browsing mode is your friend, people. Use it for sensitive activities like online banking. And when it comes to URLs, don't just click on links, type them out manually. You never know what kind of shady redirect might be lurking behind that shortened link. Keep your browser updated. Those updates? Yeah, they're not just for show. They often contain crucial security patches. And whatever you do, don't store your passwords or payment information in your browser. It's like leaving your wallet sitting on a park bench. Be smart, be safe, and be wary. If something feels off, it probably is. Let's talk about Pocket Powerhouse Protection Mobile Security Essentials. Our phones are practically extensions of ourselves these days, which makes them prime targets for cybercriminals. First things first, keep your mobile OS updated. Those updates are like digital vaccines protecting your phone from all sorts of nasty digital viruses.
And just like you wouldn't leave your front door unlocked, use your phone's auto-lock feature. A simple PIN, or even better, biometric authentication goes a long way. Now, app permissions. They're like the bouncers at the club. They control who gets access to what. Be picky. Only grant permissions that make sense for the app's functionality. And speaking of being picky, only download apps from official app stores. Sideloading apps from shady third-party sources is like playing digital Russian roulette. You never know what you're gonna get. And avoid using public Wi-Fi. Don't share any personal data over public Wi-Fi to keep your information safe.
Don't get phished. Email security essentials. Alright, let's talk email. It's the digital equivalent of snail mail, except faster and with a higher chance of containing phishing scams. But don't worry, we've got this. First and foremost, enable multi-factor authentication on your email account. It's like having a security guard for your inbox, checking IDs before letting anyone in. Now, those links and attachments from unknown senders, don't even think about clicking them. It's like opening a package from a stranger. You never know what kind of digital explosives might be inside. And speaking of explosives, avoid sharing your email password or OTP or one-time password with anyone. Legitimate companies will never ask you for this information. USBs and beyond removable media security. Remember USB drives? Those little guys can be super convenient, but they can also be a security nightmare if you're not careful. Before you even think about plugging one in, especially if it's not yours, scan it with your antivirus software. It's like giving it a digital pat-down just to be safe. And when you're done with a USB drive, don't just delete the files. Perform a secure wipe to ensure those files are gone for good. Think of it like digital shredding, and if you're dealing with sensitive information, consider encrypting your files. It's like putting your data in a digital vault, making it much harder for unauthorized access. Socializing safely, navigating the social media minefield. Ah, social media. The land of endless scrolling, viral cat videos, and unfortunately, potential security risks. Remember, the internet is forever. Think twice before you post that embarrassing childhood photo or share sensitive personal information. Once it's out there, and speaking of being careful, be wary of friend requests or connection invitations from people you don't know. It could be a scammer trying to gain access to your information. And just like with email, don't click on links from unknown users. It's like taking candy from a stranger, a recipe for digital disaster. Think before you click, staying vigilant online. We've covered a lot of ground here, but the most important takeaway is this: be vigilant. The internet is constantly evolving, and so are the threats. Don't be afraid to be skeptical, to question things, and to double-check before you click. Remember, cybersecurity is a journey, not a destination. It's about developing good digital habits and staying informed about the latest threats. By being proactive and taking the necessary precautions, you can significantly reduce your risk and enjoy all the amazing things the internet has to offer. So there you have it, folks. We've gone through a whole bunch of tips to help you stay safe in the wild world of the internet. Remember, it's like building a PC. You wouldn't cheap out on the components, right? Protecting your digital life is just as important. By following these guidelines, you can significantly enhance your cybersecurity and protect your valuable information. Stay safe online, and thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and hit that notification bell for more awesome content.